love cashew nuts a lot. Hello, Dr. Joe here of the drjoe.com and the 2020from.com. Today, I want to talk to you about an important mineral, and that mineral is called iron. In this video, you're going to find out about how much iron you need, why you need it, and more importantly, I'm going to show you 10 foods that are iron rich that you need to consume often to keep up with your daily iron needs. So, how much iron do we need? Well, to do this, we're going to have a reference point. And that reference point will be women of reproductive age. And I'm referring to women aged between 19 to 50 years of age. They will represent a reference point. So how much iron do these women need? Well, they need about 18 milligrams of iron daily. Now, men and women who are already menopausal, we're going to need 50% less. We're going to need about 8 to 9 milligrams of iron daily. In the same vein, women who are pregnant, they're going to need 50% more. They're going to need about 27 milligrams of iron daily. So that's how much iron we need. So why do we need this iron anyway? Why do we need it? Well, we need it because iron is an important component of a protein molecule called hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is inside our red blood cells. And if you remember your biology lessons, you will know that the red blood cells help us carry the oxygen that we breathe in from the lungs to our body tissues. Of course, our cells and tissues, they need oxygen for survival. Without oxygen, our cells will die off. So what that means is you really need your iron for your survival. So iron is such an important mineral that you can't afford to skimp on it. So that's how much iron we need. Now, let's move on to the iron-rich foods that are going to supply us with our daily iron needs. Now, this is for maintenance, by the way. If you are iron deficient, then you're going to consume a lot more of these foods to replenish your iron stores. If you need to have supplements, then of course, go for supplements for those of you who are iron deficient. So, let's move on to the iron-rich foods. So, food number one. Food number one is cooked oysters, okay? Cooked oysters. 3 ounces of cooked oysters will supply us with 7.8 milligrams of iron. So the next time you visit your seafood restaurant, make sure you order yourself some oysters because they are iron rich. Shellfish is another, okay? So you can also order shellfish from your seafood restaurant. So that's food number one. Now food number two that is iron rich, and it is white beans. In this category, we've got the great northern beans as well as cannellini beans. You can use the canned ones or the dried white beans. And a can of white beans will supply you with 7.8 milligrams of iron. Always go for the salt-free version. You can make soups and stews with your white beans or just chuck them into your salad, okay? Here I've got canned cannellini beans. This can will supply me with 7.8 milligrams of iron. That's how rich these beans are as far as iron is concerned. So they're a good source of iron, okay? White beans. Food number three that is iron rich will be cacao powder. 3 ounces of cacao powder will supply us with 13.5 milligrams of iron. And of course, cacao powder is loaded with potassium and magnesium. Have I got some here? Well, I got cacao powder here, okay? Very, very nice source of iron, okay? Really, really nice. Seriously, we're talking 13.5 milligrams, 3 ounces. So, nice source, okay? So that's cacao powder, food number three. Now, food number four will be, let's see, lentils, okay? Lentils. 1 cup of cooked lentils, which is 198 grams, will supply us with 6.6 milligrams of iron, and that will represent 37% of our daily value, okay? The reference point, remember that. And from lentils, you get magnesium, folic acid, and potassium. Pretty good, okay? Pretty good. Have I got some lentils here? Yes, I do. Here we are. Lentils, okay? These are red lentils, okay? Nice source of iron. So that's food number four. Let's move on to food number five. Food number five will be tofu. 3 ounces of tofu will supply us with 4.1 milligrams of iron. Of course, tofu is the equivalent of cheese in the plant world because it's made from compressed soy milk. Tofu is high in protein and is also a nice source of magnesium, copper, and selenium. Have I got some tofu here? Yes, I do. So this is tofu here, okay, nice one. I eat it every now and again, okay. So tofu is a good source of iron. That's food number 5. So food number 6, that is iron rich, will be sunflower seeds. 3 ounces of sunflower seeds will supply us with 3.3 milligrams of iron, which will represent 18% of our daily value. Sunflower seeds got high levels of vitamin E as well as selenium, and you can use the sprouted version or the dried versions. Okay, so have I got sunflower seeds here? Well, of course I do. These are the dried versions. I eat this as snack. I put them in my oatmeal. I add them to my baked oatmeal as well. So and of course you can also sprinkle them on your salads. So that's food number 6. Let's move on to food number 7, that is iron rich, and that will be cashew nuts. 3 ounces of cashew nuts will supply us with 5.9 milligrams of iron, and cashew nuts are a rich source of protein and calcium. Have I got some cashew nuts here? Of course I do. I got cashew nuts. Look at that. As you can see, I'm 3/4 through this jar of cashew nuts. Lovely, lovely food. I love cashew nuts a lot. So that's food number 7. Food number 8 will be, let's see this, that will be edamame beans. Half a cup of edamame beans will give us 4.5 milligrams of iron. These beans are a rich source of protein, and they are suitable for use as a meat substitute. You can use the dried versions as a crunchy snack, or you can just add the dry versions to salads as well, and even the fresh ones. So where have I got some edamame beans here? Of course I do. That's edamame beans here. I'm having these tonight. These are for tonight. So that's edamame beans, and they are the 8th source of iron for us. Now let's move on to food number 9. Food number 9 will be now before I say this, before I mention the 9th food, I should have mentioned earlier on that this list includes animal products. Okay, so if you're offended by this, I'm sorry about that. I will apologize, but it's not just plant foods. So food number 9 is an animal product, and that will be red meat. 3.5 ounces of ground beef will give us 2.7 milligrams of iron, and that will represent 15% of our daily value. Beef has heme iron, which is easier to absorb, and of course beef will supply us with protein and B vitamins. Okay, so the animal products in general, they have what we call heme iron, and the plant foods have what we call non-heme ions. And I'm going to do a separate video on how you can optimize the non-heme ions, because they are a little bit harder to absorb, the non-heme ion. Okay, so that's food number 9. Food number 10 will be organ meats. Okay, organ meat. The liver in particular is a rich source of iron. Chicken liver has 7.6 milligrams per 3 ounce serving, and 3 ounce beef liver will give us 5.4 milligrams of iron. If you're pregnant, it's best to avoid liver. And the organ meats will also give you choline, which is good for our brain health. Okay, so that is organ meat, and that also includes kidneys, by the way. So you can have kidneys if that's your thing. Okay, if you are into animal products, then of course you can have, you know, the red meats and the organ meats as a source of iron for you. So that list represents a nice reliable source of iron for us that will help us keep up with our daily iron needs. Now, like I mentioned earlier on, the plant sources of iron, they have what we call non-heme iron. Now, the non-heme iron is a lot more difficult to absorb compared to the heme iron that you find in red meats or organ meats. So in the next video, I'm going to show you how you can optimize your non-heme iron absorption, how you can increase by 3 to 4 fold your non-heme iron absorption. That's what's going to come up in my next video. So be on the lookout for that. So hopefully you got some value from this video. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up. Please like the video. And also, please share this video with your friends, family, and colleagues. Now, if you got any comments, any questions, please leave them down below. And I think that's about it. Until next time, well, this is Dr. Joe signing out.